Well, hello again. I'm sitting up in my office today, and I've been going through my little red book, this ancient series of texts from my youth. Many of these from 1973. I can see in there some places there's some, within, probably around 1998 is when I stopped using this because it literally started to fall apart. And it's the foundation for almost everything I believe in as a coach. I thought today I'd talk about the two things that I read and happened to me about the same time. One is a quote from Arnold's book, and the other is meeting Dick Notmeyer and some of the quotes I got from him. So I always loved this quote from Arnold. I was driving back from Vegas, and I kept getting cut off. And every time I get cut off from the road, the first thing I do is I do what's called the BMW check, because it seems everybody who owns a BMW in the western part of the United States drives like a, there's a word in sign language for it. So Arnold says, when you have a BMW, which drives well, although not a great car, you try to race with everybody to prove that it has speed. But when you have a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, you know you can beat anybody on the street. You don't race anymore. Everybody, whoever competes, goes to those little funny times. Like in a high school setting, getting the boys to put their shirts on. They start lifting weights and they bulk up to 145 pounds, and they have what looks like a mosquito bite on instead of biceps, and they'll I call it peacocking. They'll peacock around constantly. But when you're around the best and brightest of bodybuilders, very often it's hard to tell because they cover up so much. It's funny because when that book came out is also when I first met Dick Notmeyer, and I'm really glad I did, because I could have easily gone into with such a problem now into training like a bodybuilder to be a discus thrower versus being a discus thrower who used weights in the weight room. Dick said this on almost the very first time I met him. Greatness comes to those that dare to sweat, dare to strain, and dare the pain. And that pretty much summarizes the Dick Notmeyer method, because I was in pain nearly all the time. I'd have a hard time sleeping at night because my hands ached so much. It's a weird thing, but my good friend, the late Mario Martinez, had the same issue, where your hands turn orange because you're holding on to the bar so much. And my hands ached at night from all the snatches and all the cleans. And then, of course, it always hurt right here where the bar ripped down on me on cleans. And, of course, my whole body was growing so fast, I ached all the time. I think I mentioned before that I once met Gary Player. I was standing at the Atlanta Sky Club, and I was getting in soup, and the guy in front of me turned around, and he looked up, and I looked down, and I said, "You're Gary Player." And he looked up, and he says, "You lift weights." And the two of us talked for a long time. He was the Masters champion in the 60s, and a really good man. And we started talking, and I asked him about a story I had once heard, that one day he was having a terrible round of golf. And as he left, frustrated, a fan said, "I would do anything to have your terrible round." And I guess Gary Player kind of blew up at the fan. He said, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't get up at the crack of dawn and hit 500 balls till your hands bled. You wouldn't blister in the sun working on your game. You wouldn't do any of this. And he kind of went, "Oh, yeah, he goes, and he very kindly was like, "Yeah, the substance of it is true, but, I wasn't that mean." I can remember years ago throwing the discus, and someone said, "God, I'd do anything to throw the discus that far." And I had my own Gary Player moment. I thought, really? You would spend 3 hours a day Olympic lifting and 3 hours a day throwing for 7 years? Yeah, maybe you would, but you gotta dare. You gotta dare the pain, and you gotta dare the strain. I was going to go into a few more today, but I just want to let that wisdom soak on me a little bit, because I look back on my Gary Player moment. I look back on my career, and I'm very proud of what I've done. It's like when people ask, Dan, how do you write so much? And I say, well, I get up at 5 in the morning, and I drink my coffee, and I start writing until 9 o'clock. No, but what's the secret? Well, that 4 hours of writing and that couple hours every afternoon of preparation, that's the secret. So much of life's secrets are, there is no secret. Hey, I'm Dan John. And I'm so glad I kept this. We'll talk soon.